It was a warm, wet, and chippy day here in Ashburn as the Washington Commanders held training camp practice day number 7, and players were going at each other throughout the day. We saw several skirmishes today. We saw highly spirited competition, but again, the theme of the day is the offense continues to make the strides that we've been talking about for the longest time. Luke McCaffrey continues to perform well, and he had a really good one today, folks. Luke McCaffrey had 3 touchdown catches as far as my assessment, and looked like a guy that Jaden Daniels was looking for. He was actually looking for Luke on the field. Terry McLaurin was doing his thing as always, and you saw Bill Krosky-Mayer continue to catch the football out the backfield. Rashad White did the same thing. Now, I don't want you to think that the defense didn't do anything, because defensively there was an adjustment that was made where Rasul Douglas was actually moved on to Terry, because Terry was kind of having his way with Mikey Sanderstole out there. So they made that switch and things kind of got a little even out there. So Rasul Douglas continues to impress, continues to show why I think he's going to be one of the opening day starting cornerbacks. Amik Robertson, the other cornerback that I've been extremely impressed with, the free agent from Detroit, he had the day off, but he still was out there cheering his teammates on. The camaraderie today is what jumps off the charts as well. Guys, although they were, chipping with each other, chirping and fighting, whatever you want to call it, they're still teammates. So they still walked off the field with each other. And actually, it was pretty interesting because it got so heated out there at one point, with the players, that Dan Quinn had to step in and stop them and let them know, look, we're not doing this. He had to do it on 2 different occasions. So again, I don't want you to look too far into it and think that these guys are fighting. But in a day where it's overcast, it's raining, it's hot and humid, and guys have been going up against each other, first day in pads too, you knew it was going to happen. You knew that the defense wanted to continue to have their way with the offense, and the offense wanted to continue what they've been doing over the past several days, and that's strike back. They're punching the defense back in the mouth. Now, as far as that defense, like I mentioned earlier, Sonny Styles, I mean, listen, you see 52 all over the field. He looks really good, and he's starting to settle in. You can see Frankie Louvu, who had a big hit on Luke McCaffrey coming over the middle today. Luke still held onto the football, but Frankie made his presence felt. You saw a young guy, Joshua Josephs, who they drafted out of Tennessee in the 5th round. He's making his presence felt. He was all over the field today, and he got to start with the first team guys, because Kaylavon Chasen had the day off as well. So some of these young guys that are being given golden opportunities to continue to flash, they've done so. So I was really impressed today with a lot of the guys out there. After practice, I had a chance to talk with Nick Cross, who they brought in as a free agent from the Indianapolis Colts. As you know, Nick Cross played his college ball at the University of Maryland and also his high school ball locally at DeMatha Catholic High School. I spoke with him and talked with him as far as that chippiness out on the field.
I mean, I guess you could call it that. At the end of the day, I know we were just joking about Maryland. My guy Mike Locks always said, the game's it's a game full of emotion, but you can't be emotional. You can't be an emotional player. Got to play in between the whistles and let your play, do the domination. At the end of the day, all the chippiness stuff is cool and whatnot. But when it starts costing the team, costing penalties, guys getting kicked out of games and stuff like that, that's where it becomes an issue.
As far as the defense as a whole, the way you're being utilized and moved around, do you feel like this is something that you've never really experienced before?
If you watched the tape last year in Indy, I moved all over the field, so it's nothing I'm not used to. At the end of the day, I gotta tell everybody, like I said, you go cut on the tape and really watch it. I played all over the field, made plays everywhere on the field as well. So I'm excited. Durante knows how to use his DBs, and just excited to continue to learn from a great coach like him. Before practice, I talked with Coach Dan Quinn and asked him as far as the physicality of the offensive line and what he's seeing from that unit.
Coach, it seems like the past couple of days, the offensive line has started to settle in, and you're starting to see the physicality with the line. What are you seeing with them?
Yeah, that is the truth on Monday. That's those padded days. It just helps to get there. So for our first time, usually as a coach, okay, we're too high or not, playing underneath our pads. So I saw some of that for sure, but I also saw a lot of good technique, that I'm looking for. And so a number of these guys have played ball, so it's a matter of how to do it together. I thought the big guys on their first chance, a lot of new faces here of working together, battling for it. I was impressed by that.
As far as the kicking competition, What else are you guys looking for? Obviously, you want them to make their field goals, but are you looking for like ball placement on kickoffs and things like that?
It's I would say it's part of it, but not the top of it. And so, like you saw a lot of kickoff yesterday, you'll see some more of that as we get into next week. Today we're back into punt, but yes, that's a part of it. But the field goals and the placements, that's top of the pile.
This is the second day of pads.
So again, from a wet, rainy, hot day here in Ashburn, we'll be off tomorrow and back here on Friday, where they continue to battle in pads and get ready for next week's joint practices against the Miami Dolphins. So here in Ashburn from the Big Bear AI Performance Center for ESPN Radio, I'm NFL insider Blake Lewis Jr.